Welcome to my channel Valuable Rare Coins because, as you know, old is gold. Some of the rarest coins worth big money could be hiding in your hands right now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch till the end. Let's dive in. First, we're diving into one of the most exciting and visually captivating coins from modern U.S. coinage, the 2009 United States Lincoln 1 cent early childhood coin. This coin may look ordinary at first glance, but don't be fooled. There are hidden gems among these pennies that have made collectors thousands of dollars richer. So stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for and just how much this coin could be worth today. The 2009 Lincoln 1 cent early childhood coin is part of a very special series that commemorates the bicentennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth. That year, the U.S. Mint released 4 different reverse designs to honor key moments in Lincoln's life, and the early childhood version is the first of them, representing Lincoln's humble beginnings in Kentucky. The reverse design shows young Abraham Lincoln sitting on a log, reading a book, with a simple log cabin in the background, symbolizing education, curiosity, and perseverance. It's a beautifully detailed image that truly tells a story, and it has become a favorite among collectors who love history and design. The obverse, of course, retains the iconic bust of Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner, a symbol that has stood strong on the penny since 1909. The combination of the historic obverse and the stunning commemorative reverse makes the 2009 Lincoln early childhood penny not just a piece of currency, but a miniature work of art. But as impressive as the design is, what makes this coin truly exciting is the potential for valuable errors that occurred during its production. Let's talk about what kind of errors make the 2009 early childhood penny worth big money. One of the most desirable features to look for is the double die reverse, DDR. This type of error happens when the die that strikes the reverse of the coin is impressed twice, slightly misaligned, creating visible doubling on parts of the design. On this coin, that doubling is often found in Lincoln's fingers, the outline of the book, the log he's sitting on, or even the cabin in the background. If you notice any part of the image that looks like it has a shadow or a double impression, don't ignore it. It could be the key to unlocking serious value. Another rare and sought-after error is the missing edge lettering or die clash marks. In some cases, the dies that struck these coins clashed together without a planchet in place, creating ghost-like images that appear in unusual places on the coin. These errors are not only rare, but they make the coin truly one of a kind, and that's something every serious collector loves. Finding a coin with this kind of uniqueness instantly boosts its desirability and market value. Also worth watching for off-center strikes, where the design is not properly centered on the planchet. Depending on how dramatic the shift is, these coins can command high prices. A 5% or 10% off-center strike is interesting, but a coin that is 40% or even 60% off-center, while still showing a clear date, is a major prize in the collecting world. These minting mistakes are like accidental art pieces, and each one tells a different story from the mint floor, and we can't forget about coin composition and finish variations. Some 2009 Lincoln cents were minted using special satin finishes or were part of collector sets only available through the U.S. Mint's direct orders. These versions are already scarcer than standard circulation coins, and when you combine that scarcity with an error, the value can skyrocket. Collectors love chasing these varieties because they stand out instantly when placed next to regular coins, and that uniqueness is everything in numismatics. Now let's talk condition, because even a rare coin needs to be in top shape to bring in top dollar. Coins that are in mint state, MS condition, those that haven't seen circulation and are free of wear, can be dramatically more valuable than their circulated counterparts. A rare error in a worn condition is interesting, but that same error in a pristine, sharp, uncirculated coin can be life-changing. So when you find a 2009 early childhood penny, inspect it carefully for signs of wear, scratches, or discoloration. If it looks flawless, you could be onto something very special. To truly verify the condition and authenticity of your coin, it's always a good idea to have it graded by a professional service, like PCGS or NGC. These grading companies assess the coin's condition and label it with an official grade, which makes it more appealing to buyers and collectors alike. Many of the top dollar 2009 early childhood Lincoln cents that have sold at auction were professionally graded, and that's what gave buyers confidence to spend big. Speaking of auctions, let's talk real-world results. In recent years, 2009 Lincoln early childhood cents with clear double dies or other strong mint errors in high grades have drawn impressive prices. Collectors know these coins are hard to come by, especially in perfect condition, and the demand for high-quality examples continues to rise. Every day, more people are entering the coin collecting world, and coins like this, especially from modern U.S. history, are getting more attention than ever. So, what should you do right now? Go check your coin jars, search your old pocket change, and if you've been holding on to a roll of 2009 pennies, it's time to look through them again with fresh eyes. Grab a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe and examine every detail: Lincoln's hands, the log, the book, and the lettering around the edge. If something looks different or unusual, don't dismiss it. It might be the discovery of a lifetime. Now here's the moment you've all been waiting for. How much could a rare and pristine 2009 Lincoln early childhood penny actually be worth? If you have one with a bold double die, dramatic error, and it's in mint state condition or professionally graded at a high level, it could be valued at an incredible $35,000. That's right, $35,000 for a modern penny from 2009. That's the power of rarity, historical significance, and collector passion all rolled into one copper coin. Just imagine the thrill of finding one of these treasures in your own collection. It's not just possible, it's happening more often than you think. Second rare coin. We're taking a closer look at a very special coin that has been catching fire in the collector world, the 1978 United States Lincoln 1 cent. It might seem like an ordinary penny at first glance, but stay tuned, because some of these coins have sold for jaw-dropping amounts, and the secrets behind them could be sitting quietly in your coin jar right now. The 1978 Lincoln cent was struck at the Denver Mint and carries the small but powerful D mint mark just beneath the date. This was a time when the United States Mint was producing billions of pennies every year. Yet among all those billions, a tiny number came off the presses with minting errors and variations so rare, they've become the holy grail for Lincoln cent collectors. These aren't just any coins, they are pieces of minting history that have captivated experts and numismatists alike. Let's start with the design that everyone recognizes. On the obverse, you have the proud profile of President Abraham Lincoln, a lasting tribute to leadership, freedom, and American legacy. This portrait, designed by Victor David Brenner, has been on the penny since 1909, making it the longest-running coin design in U.S. history. The reverse, during this era, features the majestic Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. But while the design may be familiar, it's the details and, more importantly, the errors that make the 1978 Lincoln penny an absolute standout. One of the key features that collectors look for is the double die error, particularly on the obverse of the coin. This occurs when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned slightly during the engraving process, causing the image to appear duplicated or doubled in certain areas. In the case of the 1978 penny, some examples have shown doubling in the inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and even the date itself. These double dies are easily missed by the untrained eye, but can be spotted with a jeweler's loupe or magnifying glass, so make sure to inspect yours carefully. Another major factor that can skyrocket the value of this coin is the repunched mint mark, RPM. Back in the late 70s, mint marks were still being hand-punched into dies, and that left room for human error. Some 1978 Lincoln cents have what appears to be a second or shifted D punched into the coin, making the mint mark look thicker, doubled, or slightly out of alignment. These RPM varieties are rare and have become hot targets in the coin collecting world, especially when they are found in uncirculated condition. The 1978 also features some spectacular off-center strikes, where the coin was not perfectly aligned during minting, causing the design to be shifted dramatically to one side. These errors are both visually striking and incredibly collectible, especially when the date and mint mark are still fully visible. Off-center errors of 5% to 15% are interesting, but when you find one with 30% to 50% off-center strike, the value increases significantly. These unique errors are what give the coin personality, and that's what collectors are willing to pay serious money for. In addition to these known errors, there are also rare die cracks, cuds, and die breaks that have been seen on some 1978 D cents. These occur when the die itself becomes damaged or worn out, leaving raised, irregular lines or bumps on the coin's surface. These flaws might seem minor, but for collectors, they make the coin one of a kind and far more valuable than a regular strike. They are a visible mark of the minting process, and they create instant intrigue for anyone interested in the history behind their coins. Of course, no discussion of coin value is complete without mentioning condition. If you've got a 1978 D Lincoln cent in your collection, the first thing to check is whether it has been circulated. Coins that have remained untouched by hands, registers, and coin jars, those that still shine with original luster and sharp detail, are referred to as mint state or uncirculated, and they fetch the highest prices at auction. Combine that perfect condition with a rare error or variety, and you've got a coin that's practically priceless. Many serious collectors and investors get their coins professionally graded by top-tier services like PCGS or NGC, which assign an official grade to the coin based on its strike quality, luster, surface condition, and more. Having your 1978 D penny graded not only boosts its value, it also makes it more attractive to potential buyers or auction houses. Some of the most valuable 1978 D cents ever sold have been those that were graded MS66 or higher and featured clear, visible minting errors. Now here's where things get even more exciting: real-world results. Some of the rarest 1978 D Lincoln cents with dramatic double dies, RPMs, or extreme off-center strikes have already sold at public auctions for record-breaking prices. These sales have caught the attention of collectors worldwide, with more people than ever checking their old coin rolls, family collections, and pocket change for that elusive, high-value penny from 1978. So if you've got a jar of old coins sitting around, it's time to take a second look. Pull out those 1978 D pennies, examine them under a good light, and look for signs of doubling, strange mint marks, or off-center strikes. You never know. What looks like just another coin might actually be a once-in-a-lifetime discovery waiting to be uncovered. And now, for the moment you've all been waiting for: just how much can a 1978 D Lincoln cent be worth if it has the right combination of rarity, condition, and error? If you're lucky enough to find one in pristine uncirculated condition with a bold double die or repunched mint mark, you could be looking at a coin valued up to an incredible $50,000. Yes, you heard that right. $50,000 for a penny you might already own. That's the beauty of this hobby: the thrill of discovery, the hunt for hidden value, and the satisfaction of turning something ordinary into something extraordinary. Third expensive coin is all about one of the most fascinating and valuable pennies in modern American coinage, the 1982 United States Lincoln 1-cent coin. You may think you've seen a million of these pennies over the years, but this is no ordinary coin. The 1982 Lincoln cent holds some of the rarest and most intriguing varieties ever released by the U.S. Mint, and collectors everywhere are on the hunt for the right one that could be worth thousands. So sit back, pay close attention, and get ready to learn why one single 1982 penny might be worth a fortune. The year 1982 was a turning point for the Lincoln penny. This was the year the U.S. Mint made a major composition change, shifting from 95% copper to a cheaper copper-plated zinc planchet due to rising metal costs. This wasn't a smooth one-time switch. It happened gradually throughout the year, which led to 7 different varieties of the 1982 penny. That's right, there are 7 known types of 1982 Lincoln cents, and hidden among them are coins that are now considered numismatic legends. Let's break it down. In 1982, Lincoln cents were struck in both copper and zinc compositions, with both large and small date designs, and from 2 different mints, Philadelphia and Denver. That's what creates the 7 unique combinations. For collectors, that's a dream come true because each variety has its own story, and some are significantly rarer than others. The 1982 D small date made from copper is one of the rarest and most sought after, and it wasn't even known to exist until sharp-eyed collectors discovered it years later. What makes this coin so exciting is how subtle the differences are. The small date versus large date varieties can be spotted with the naked eye if you know what to look for. On the small date, the number 2 in 1982 is curved and more level with the 1, while on the large date, it sits slightly lower and has a different shape. Combine that with the weight. Copper cents weigh 3.11 grams, while zinc cents weigh 2.5 grams, and you've got a treasure hunt just waiting to happen. All you need is a scale and a good eye. Now, here's where it gets truly electrifying. In 2016, a 1982 D small date copper penny was authenticated and sent shockwaves through the collecting world. Experts originally believed this combination wasn't even possible, but its discovery proved otherwise. Only a tiny handful of these coins are known to exist, and they've been making waves in auctions ever since. These are not just rare, they are historical anomalies, born out of one of the most complex years in minting history, and it's not just the copper-zinc confusion that makes the 1982 penny fascinating. This coin is also known for its striking errors, including double dies, off-center strikes, and even clipped planchets. A double die error occurs when the design is engraved twice on the die in slightly different positions, leading to visible doubling on the coin's date, lettering, or Lincoln's features. Some 1982 cents have bold doubling, especially in the Liberty or In God We Trust inscriptions. These errors, when found on the rarer varieties, can be worth a small fortune. Let's not forget about off-center strikes, where part of the design is missing due to the coin being misaligned during minting. These types of errors make a coin instantly more desirable and, when paired with a rare variety or clean surfaces, their value climbs fast. Collectors also seek out broad strikes, die cracks, and repunched mint marks on 1982 pennies, all features that enhance rarity and collector appeal. And what about condition? It matters a lot. A coin with an extremely rare variety or error still needs to be in strong condition to reach its full potential value. Coins graded mint state 65 or higher are where the real magic happens. That brilliant, uncirculated shine and crisp detail are what drive prices up at auction. Coins that have been well preserved since the day they left the mint have brought in thousands of dollars, especially if authenticated and graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC. Recent auctions have proven that the demand for rare 1982 Lincoln cents is still incredibly high. Coins with verified errors, scarce metal compositions, and rare date varieties have fetched premium prices from serious collectors who know just how hard they are to find. And as more people learn about these unique cents, the competition to secure one is only heating up. That's why now is the perfect time to go through your collection, or even your spare change, and start searching. So what should you be looking for? A 1982 D penny with a small date that weighs 3.11 grams is your ultimate prize. If you find one, do not spend it, get it weighed, authenticated, and graded as soon as possible. Even if you're unsure, it's worth investigating because these coins are so rare and so few have been discovered that every new find becomes national news in the collecting community. And now, for the moment you've been waiting for. If you are lucky enough to own a genuine 1982 D small date copper penny in uncirculated, mint condition, its value could reach a staggering $49,000. Yes, you heard it right, $49,000 for a single penny. That's the kind of life-changing value that keeps collectors searching and keeps this hobby so exciting. It's a thrilling reminder that sometimes the most extraordinary treasures are hiding in plain sight, right in the palm of your hand. Especially, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and highly sought-after pennies in the United States coinage, the 1971 D Lincoln 1 cent. Now, you might think that a penny from the early 70s is just everyday change, but listen carefully, because this coin has secrets that can make it an absolute treasure in any collection. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just starting out, this video will reveal why the 1971 D Lincoln cent is in tremendous demand and could be worth far more than you ever imagined. The year 1971 was an important one for Lincoln cents, with the Denver Mint producing coins that included some incredible rarities and unique characteristics. What makes the 1971 D penny especially exciting is the variety of errors and die varieties that collectors hunt for with great enthusiasm. These errors are not just minor flaws, they are significant anomalies created during the minting process that make certain coins extremely rare and valuable. The rarity combined with the fascinating backstory of how these coins were made has created a perfect storm of demand among collectors worldwide. One of the most famous features of the 1971 D-Lincoln cent is the presence of the double die obverse error. This occurs when the coin's design is impressed onto the planchet twice with slight misalignment, creating a striking doubled effect on the date and inscriptions. The doubling on the 1971 D is bold and unmistakable, especially around the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." For collectors, finding a true double die from this year is like striking gold because authentic examples are incredibly scarce and highly prized. But the 1971 D penny isn't just about double dies. There are other remarkable varieties that add to its allure, such as repunched mint marks, where the D mint mark appears doubled or overlapped due to an error in the stamping process. These repunched mint marks are rare, and spotting them requires a keen eye or magnification, making the discovery all the more thrilling. Coins with such errors are prized because they represent a unique moment frozen in minting history, moments that collectors want to capture and preserve forever. The condition of these pennies is also crucial. High-grade examples, those with sharp details, lustrous surfaces, and no wear, are exceptionally rare for a coin over 50 years old. Collectors understand that the better the condition, the higher the value, and 1971 D cents in mint state grades bring serious prices at auctions. It's not just about having the coin, it's about having a coin that looks as if it just came from the mint, which is why professionally graded coins by trusted services like PCGS or NGC command top dollar. Speaking of auctions, recent sales have demonstrated just how valuable the 1971 D-Lincoln cent has become. Coins with clear double die obverse errors or repunched mint marks have sold for staggering sums, attracting attention from collectors around the globe. These auctions prove that the market for rare Lincoln cents is alive and thriving, and as awareness grows, so does the competition to own one of these numismatic gems. This increased demand only pushes prices higher and makes it a perfect time to get involved in the hunt. For collectors wanting to identify these rarities, it's important to study the subtle details. Look closely at the date, especially the 1 and 9, and inspect the letters of Liberty and In God We Trust for that telltale doubling effect. Checking the mint mark D for any signs of doubling or repunching is just as important. Using a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe and comparing with reference images can help confirm if your coin is one of these prized varieties. Remember, patience and careful observation are your best tools in uncovering value. If you're lucky enough to find a 1971 D-Lincoln penny with these rare errors in pristine condition, you could be holding a true treasure. Collectors around the world are actively searching for these coins, driving demand higher with each auction and discovery. These pennies are no longer just pocket change. They are coveted collectibles that tell a story about the history of American coinage and the fascinating errors that make each minting run unique. And now for the exciting news: a genuine, well-preserved 1971 D-Lincoln 1 cent with prominent double die obverse or repunched mint mark errors can reach an astonishing value of $80,000. That's right, $80,000 for a single penny that can be yours with the right find. Last unique coin, we are diving deep into a truly remarkable piece of American numismatic history, the United States Lincoln 1 cent from 1961, minted in Denver, also known as the 1961 D-Lincoln cent. This coin may seem like just another penny to the untrained eye, but trust me, when you take a closer look, you'll realize it holds a world of rarity and value that every collector dreams about. So, if you love coins and want to uncover the secrets that make certain pennies extraordinarily valuable, listen closely because this story is one you won't want to miss. The 1961 D-Lincoln cent occupies a special place in the world of coin collecting, especially because of the unique errors and variations that emerged from the Denver Mint that year. What makes this coin stand out is not just its age or historical significance, but the rarity of certain minting anomalies that appear on some of these coins. Among collectors, there is a strong demand for these error coins, and for good reason. These are not just pennies, they are tangible pieces of history that show the complexities and intricacies of the minting process from over half a century ago, one of the most sought-after aspects of the 1961 D-Lincoln cent is the presence of the infamous double-die obverse error. This error creates a striking visual effect where parts of the design, such as the date and lettering, appear doubled and slightly offset. This doubling is not just a minor imperfection, it is a dramatic and eye-catching feature that immediately signals rarity. Coins exhibiting this double die effect are extremely rare and highly prized because they capture a moment when something unique went wrong in the minting press, making each error coin one of a kind. Additionally, collectors keep a sharp eye out for repunched mint marks on the 1961 D cent. This means the D mint mark from Denver was stamped more than once, causing an overlapping or shadow effect that is a telltale sign of minting error. These repunched mint marks are difficult to find and even harder to authenticate, which only adds to their desirability. When you combine the double die error with a repunched mint mark, you get a coin that is truly exceptional and commands attention from serious collectors across the globe. For collectors, the condition of a 1961 D penny can dramatically influence its value. Coins that have survived in mint or near mint condition are incredibly scarce. The majority of pennies from this era show signs of circulation and wear, but those that look as crisp as the day they were minted are a collector's dream. Professional grading companies such as PCGS and NGC have certified some of these coins in mint state grades, and those graded coins are the ones that bring the highest bids at auction and are considered the crown jewels in any Lincoln cent collection. In recent years, auctions featuring these rare 1961 D Lincoln cents have generated significant buzz in the numismatic community. Authentic double-die specimens with sharp details and repunched mint marks have sold for substantial sums, proving that demand for these coins continues to rise. These auctions serve as a powerful testament to the growing recognition of this coin's importance and value. As more collectors discover these rarities and compete to acquire them, prices are only going upward, making now an exciting time to be involved in Lincoln cent collecting, identifying a genuine 1961 D double die or repunched mint mark requires a keen eye and some knowledge of what to look for. The doubling on the date and the inscriptions like Liberty and In God We Trust is the key giveaway. You'll want to examine the coin under magnification to spot subtle doubling, while also checking the mint mark area for signs of multiple strikes. Comparing your coin to reference images or consulting with a professional numismatist can help confirm whether you've uncovered one of these rare gems. The thrill of discovering such a coin is one of the reasons collectors are so passionate about this piece. If you are lucky enough to own or find a 1961 D Lincoln cent in exceptional condition with these unique errors, you could be sitting on a truly extraordinary piece of history. Collectors worldwide recognize the immense value these coins hold, both monetarily and historically. This coin is not just a piece of metal, it's a story of craftsmanship, error, and rarity all rolled into one small, iconic American penny. And now, for the incredible news that many collectors have been waiting for, a well-preserved, authenticated 1961 D Lincoln 1 cent with notable errors, such as the double die obverse and repunched mint mark, can be worth as much as $90,000. That's right, $90,000 for a single penny that embodies rarity, history, and the spirit of numismatics. If you've encountered a coin like this, or if you have questions about your collection, don't hesitate to drop a comment below. We love hearing your stories and helping fellow collectors uncover the hidden treasures in their coin jars. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell to stay up to date on all things rare and valuable in the coin world. Thanks for watching, and remember, the smallest coins can sometimes hold the biggest fortunes. Happy collecting!